Lorenzo, I want to talk about something that is really a topic that has now become very, very close to my heart. And the situation is that, just to kind of set this up, is that what happens is that brands create product pages. We spend hard earned money, advertising dollars to drive people to these product pages. And then and if the product page doesn't convert, we conclude that, well, maybe my advertising was wrong, maybe my advertising channel was wrong, maybe the product page sucked. And I think that if you were to just look at the conversion rate of the product page and conclude that the product page isn't working and redesign the product page, that's a very expensive proposition. And I think, so here's what I'll say. When I read a book, right, books are written in a very specific way. You have to go page by page. So the author has laid it out in a very specific way. This is how stories are. So if we're doing storytelling on our product page, we cannot structure it that way, because people expect, like in our plane, I want to be free to roam about, as I want. So we design the page in a way where, and I want to actually show an example to kind of illustrate this point. So I'm going to open up the Dyson product page. So imagine I'm a consumer and I'm looking at desktop here. Obviously, I recognize that people are seeing on mobile as well, but let's look at the desktop. I'm a consumer and I'm looking to buy the Dyson Supersonic hairdryer. Now, from Dyson's perspective, they should know this. What are the most important elements in getting that person to get the full picture? Because in order for someone to buy, they need to get the full picture of what the product is. So that full picture could be, maybe they could conclude, and again, this is something for them to do, and they don't have to be super scientific about it. Literally, like, their product managers know enough about the product, have spoken to enough customers, where they can just look at this page and they can say, here are the 4 things that I think really matter. And it doesn't matter if they're perfect or not, but they can make a bet. So I would say that seeing the product in action potentially might be one of them. They might say, like, this is important to me. Getting people to read the reviews or discover the review section can be considered a very important micro conversion towards the sale. Let's look over here. They might say that, people kind of lingering here and maybe interacting with some of these, not with all of them, but even one of these is an important signal for them to understand what's included with the product. They have these styling guides. They might say, you know what, if they watch any one of these videos, that's a strong signal that they're kind of understanding the content. So let's just identify that, right? Let's say there are 3 elements that they've identified. Just for simplicity, I would say watching this video. They concluded watching this video, seeing it in action is very important. Seeing the reviews is very important. And what's the last point is opening up the components is very important. Once you've identified this, you can place markers on the page. You can go to your developer and you can say, if any of these is clicked with on mobile or desktop, track that as in the box activity. So basically label this in the box, and any of these are interacted with, you look at it as in the box activity. If people scroll down to the review section, then track that as review discovery. If people click on see it in action, mark that as see it in action clicked. And the reason I'm sharing this is, I want to share this is that from my perspective, all sales have leading indicators. And if you don't track for those things, then you can of course still look at, did we sell this hairdryer or not? That's true. But you don't understand how much of that content that was building up to that sale was actually consumed. Now, you may conclude that 2 out of 3 is good enough for the sale. But if you look at the data and you find that only 2% of people are discovering 2 out of 3, now you know that you have a problem with the content discovery, and you can start working on trying to solve it. So this is a really important topic for me, and we're just talking about content discovery. Lorenzo, do you have any thoughts, or maybe a different approach, or maybe I'm overlooking something?
I would say this is one of the most popular issues that I come across when I work with clients. You call it content discovery, I call it element visibility issue, but it's kind of like they're cousins, the same shit. And this is something that when I talk to people about this, they're like, oh, interesting. I've never thought about it, right? And I think because I'm not sure the reason, but oftentimes I get, oh, but we already have that information on the site. What do you mean you don't know about X? It's on the site. Go check the site. Yeah, but not every single person clicks on every single pixel of the screen and spends 1 hour on the site trying to understand a little bit more about what you're selling. I think even from an execution standpoint, that's the easiest one as well, because you don't need a designer, you don't need a copywriter. You just need to make that element more visible. That's my thought around this issue.
Yeah, I think that if there's like there are few things that people can just start doing right away that are just no break. To me, it's kind of like step one of any client engagement. So if someone ever wants to reach out to me or you and say, can we hire you? We're already telling you what we will do at step one. So just do it. Why pay us for it? Just do it. And I think it'll give you lots and lots of interesting insights. So anyway, I just wanted to share this. We have lots of videos and episodes where we actually deconstruct a DTC page and we actually talk specifically about content discovery and how we would improve it. Go back to our channel and have a look at some of those videos. Any of those first 30, 40 episodes, we actually talk about this pretty extensively. Please watch it. And if you're new here, welcome. And please like and comment and subscribe to our channel. We post new videos every day. Take care.